Card scraper, one of the most simple tools there is out there, right? You've got that grain that the plane keeps tearing out, or you want to finish, you got that little spot that you want to dig out. Well, this is where you need to go. It's cheap, it's easy. You can take a putty knife, you can make one. You can take a saw, you can make one. Anything's thin. Don has some very nice ones. These are super thick, and they were designed for Luther, for making musical instruments. I want to enjoy playing with sharpening one of these. Two ways that I know of to sharpen them. There's the hard and abrupt method, and then there's the fine woodworking method. If you're doing a ton of work, you've got a lot of glue to remove, use a file. And I've taken, this one doesn't have pretty much an edge of any sort. What I'm going to do is flatten the top. You've got to get a 90-degree edge on it. And I see rust lines. Once that top is down, we'll get the size, get the burr off of it. There's no edge, it's just a pure 90-degree edge. Now, burnishing tool. This is spring steel. It's not rock hard. It's probably a Rockwell 58 or 60. And this is the burnisher. Whatever you're burnishing with has to be harder than what you're tacking it with. Being that it's metal, always touch metal with oil on oil. What we're going to do is we're going to run the burnisher down this face and this face. Some people believe that you're pulling the steel from the outside edge out. I don't think it pulls a lot of steel. And in my mentality, I think what you're doing is actually you're case hardening the edge. You're making it a little bit harder. Knowing that we're going out, I'm going to pull. If you get on your burnisher and you use that sharpener and you dig, you will dig a hole in it. The point of this is it's smooth and even, and that's what gives it the ability to make the curl like it does. I'm pulling away from the edge. Flip it over. Pulling away from the edge. Find you a vise. Hold it in your hand. Use a hand vise, whatever you want to. Now we're going to make a curl a little bit, and the way I like to describe it to people, it's like putting fingernails on the edge. What gives it the ability not to rip the wood out is you're grabbing the wood grain, but it doesn't have enough blade that it's actually going to dig deep. It will only go so far and it gives up, so you don't rip as hard. I'm 90 degrees to it. I'm going to tilt it just a few degrees. 5. I'm going to pull that edge. I'm going the other side. You can almost see it with the file. Once you get the edge pulled, then you can work it, feel it grab, bend it just a little bit, and what you're looking for are shavings, not sawdust, and that's with the file. What I don't like about the file is you're removing a lot of steel from the edge. It's also abrupt and you're leaving striations. But if you've got a ton of work, that took just minutes to do. Quick and easy and simple. And we're making savings. That's a piece of Sapel. Sapel's grain. It comes and goes in every direction. And it's working fine. Now, method 2. This doesn't have an edge on it. I've got 2 stones, diamonds, get you a block of wood, and I'm going to put a 90 degree on the card scraper. Instead of just running in a straight line and digging a hole in your stone, can it a little bit. Use the whole stone. Let the block of wood help you keep the 90 degrees on. Once that's there, get it on the side. Work that edge a little bit. Turn it over. Get her down where she's smooth. When she does, I'm going to go just a little bit finer grit. I like the simple green because it's got a little bit of soap in it and it helps move the stuff around instead of just straight water.
How are you?
Once we're all continuous, we've got a nice edge. Turn it over, remove that. Remove that. Same mentality with the burnisher. Missed a step. Dragging. Everybody finds a little bit different angle and what works for them. Like sharpening a knife. I may do it one way, you may do it another. Whatever you find that works for you. Again, just a few degrees. I'm going to pull it. Run your thumb and fill it. It doesn't have to be a grand edge. You don't want to make the curl, get it where it's really pronounced, and then fold it back into itself. Then it won't bite. Now, the filed edge won't last as long as this because this one is smoother. And we can do the same thing. Find the angle and make your shape. Now, being that it's a card scraper, you're going to use it like this. You've still got burl and edge all the way around. When that gets dull, move down. Use that other outside edge. Use this outside edge. Turn it over and use this. As you're using it, you're going to generate a ton of heat, and it really gets hot. So if you're doing a whole lot of work, as it gets hot, roll it. Use the other side. That's got a dull spot, roll it. Find that. Now I'm only working on 2 of the 4 sides. Turn it over. Now I've got these sides. Once you've used it and you've curled it, you burn it, it's gone. You don't have to go all the way back through the file and the stones again. You can get your burnisher, take that edge back out of it, pull it back down. Put it back in it. You're back in business. You can do that 5 or 6 times and then go again. Me, I prefer the stone. I've got the time. I'm not making $1. This is my hobby. But if you're working and you got a ton of wood, the file is a good way to go. You can use old sawbacks that you have no use for. You've got 2 other edges you can use again as well. That's pretty much it. Question, answer? Want to try, play, sharpen?
What kind of metal is that?
Spring steel. Where this would be a tool steel, which is really hard, like a pocket knife. This is spring steel, and it's a little bit softer. Decent grade putty knives are excellent card scrapers.